Hey everybody, we're back. Actually got a break for the Memorial Day weekend here in the US of A. And a couple things showed up. I'll just show these real quick, not to belabor the point or anything, but I caught a couple things that... let me start with these. These are two of the Athearn ready to roll 60-foot Gunderson boxcars. These I had pre-ordered a long time ago, it seems, and they finally came in. So I have I've seen these on several freights around us here, so I want to pick up two of those. One's the T-box, and the other one's a T-box. That's a brown one, so it'll be fun to get working. And I got this Norfolk Southern covered hopper, a Trinity covered hopper. I'm not sure why I bought it. Maybe it was on sale. I don't know. But I know that you need a lot of covered hoppers, at least to model modern stuff. And then two of the Athearn ready to roll Pullman Standard boxcars. An EEC, East Area Commercial. I see a lot of those around. And a BKTY. I've also seen quite a few of these, both with that GATX and without it. So I don't know if I'm going to go with this one and maybe take that off or leave it like that. But I've seen a lot of these weathered up, beaded up, graffitied up. So a couple of those. So that's some rolling stock that came in. And now I got some more scenery items. Do a sneak peek. Woohoo! So let me get some of this stuff out. This all came from Germany. So let me just show you that real quick, what came in that goodie box. Oh, okay. Look at this joy box of stuff I got. So wanted to order... Actually, I'll show you what I was really ordering from the gentleman in Germany, who's also my my Polack pusher on the Polack scenery items. And again, he works with me, and I fill up a box and pay one flat cost, which is more than a lot of you would pay, but that's okay because I'm nuts. But anyway, so here's what I got in this box. I got a lot of these. They call them flowers, but they're awesome for. And I've used it before. I've showed you how I've used them. They look a little interesting in here, but by the time you get them out and rip them apart, they're very airy, kind of like a sill floor miniature type of item, but you can rip it apart and glue it down. It's awesome. It's great. Low grasses, low weeds, low shrubbery. It's awesome stuff. So I got two of the light yellows. I got two they call white violet. That's a good color. And then I got a light violet. Another light violet. Oh, two light violets. Yep, two of those bad boys. This is a violet, but it's really kind of a really subdued, almost a brownish color. So I like to use that for, like, right along the railroad tracks and stuff like that. Some of the dirty, crusty old weeds that you get. There's a white one. It's always good to have some of that. And then just a plain old yellow. I said, these go pretty far. I bought these here, and this will last a while. This is... it doesn't look like maybe it's a lot, but by the time you take it and rip it and stretch it and tear it, it really does a real nice job and will last quite a while. I also got one more pack of the wild bushes. These I use as is, and also these are the ones that I cut up to use as vertical weeds. Great for that. A little bit of work, a little tedious to get them cut and get them placed and glued in, but it looks very good. I bought one more pack of high bushes because I was getting low, and he emailed me back, so you still got some room in the box, so I throw that in. Then I got some of their low bushes. These are really nice. You pop them right off. They look really good, and again, these are great for along the tracks and ditches, around houses, around industries. They're just really very well done. It's pricey, and yeah, you probably could. Maybe I'll try to reverse engineer a way to make it myself, but since I had the box coming over, I went and got that. So then I also got some stuff by another company called MBR. So let me get these into the light and kind of show you what these are. This is the first time I've ever had these. I haven't bought these before, so let's see how they look. All right, here are some of the... They're basically, I think they're really called low bushes, made by a company called MBR. Now, our friends over in Europe might be much more familiar with them. I wasn't too familiar. This says they're handmade in Poland, so it must be a Polish company. And these are some of their, I think they're bushes. And man, these are really nice. I don't know if this will do it justice here to show you these, but I figured I'd at least try to show you what they look like. They're low bushes, they're about 2 inches tall or so. You know, great. I think this is, I mean, I really can't wait now. I hope it rains this weekend. I hate to say that, so I don't feel guilty about coming down and putting these on the layout. They come in packs of 3. I got several different colors. This is a dark green. This one here is a light green. This one here they call willow leaves. Well, it's kind of like another kind of an olive type green color. And this one here is also, actually, it's dark green. Okay, I'm sorry, dark green. This is a dark green, light green, but they're different numbers. You can see the part numbers back there. And these are really cool looking. Again, I don't know if this, I'm going to try to hold this with one hand, if I'm going to be able to get this in there and focus it so you can kind of see what they look like. Hopefully, if I get them on the layout, I'll be able to show you what they look like over there. And I did take one of them, kind of pulled it out of, they're stored very nicely in these little plastic containers, and then in a little styrofoam base. So there's the bush. See, it's kind of airy. And again, one of the things you need, well, in my opinion at least, for scenery is vertical. You got to go vertical. Don't go clump. Go vertical. That's going to look awesome. I can't wait to get some of these placed around the layout. Like I said, I really do hope it kind of rains this weekend. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's picnics or parties, but otherwise I feel guilty working inside. But anyway, so I got those. They got 2 of each, and you can see what they cost. That's €7. Okay, so yeah, I'm telling you, I spent a little bit of money on this stuff, but then I am nuts, and I do like the scenery stuff. I want to try them. Now that I see what they look like, if I ever want to order some more of the Polack items, I'll probably throw some more of these in too. So, as I said, basically he fills up a box for me, and for a flat rate, he ships the stuff over. So, all right, one more thing I got, just to show you how insane I really am, and then we'll cut this off, and hopefully we'll see some of the stuff on the layout later on. All right, this will show you how insane I truly am. Again, he had room in the box, and I wanted to try one of these because he had mentioned them to me. This is, again, by MBR. You can see that there. It's there's the part number, Ahorn, which I assume translate into maple. It's a maple tree. Again, handmade in Poland. And yeah, you're right, €24. Holy crap. Again, I won't do a lot of this. I wanted to try it. And this is gorgeous. About 8 inches tall. And again, this is going to be a foreground. This is definitely going to be a foreground tree. It is beautiful. Leaves look good. Might need a little bit of misting with some other greens just to give it some variety. But the trunk looks good. The bark looks good. Might need a little bit of brushes, you know, some dry brushes with some white or gray to kind of pull out the details on the bark, but it looks fantastic. So again, you can't do it, well, you could if you're rich, if you're, Rod Stewart could do it because he's a model railroader, but I don't quite have his money, so I probably won't do more of these, but that is a beautiful foreground tree, and I got to pick a nice spot in the front to put that bad boy. So that's the maple tree by MBR, and then the smaller bushes also by MBR. So I'm really looking forward to getting these out on the layout again, hopefully over the holiday weekend. And then one final thing, I'll show you what I actually was waiting for before I actually spent all this money. I'll show you that in a moment. All right, this is the real reason that I ordered that stuff. This is a kit that I saw on his website and kind of fell in love with it. As you guys might know from watching the channel, I have an affection for the Swiss railways, I should say, the SBB and also the RHB, the Rätische I apologize if I didn't say that correctly. That's their meter gauge railroad, which I just think is the coolest thing around. If I could redo things over again, I'd make another layout based on the Rätische Bahn. I just think it's cool. Anyway, on that wild tangent, this station, the station at Ruin, R-U-E-U-N, so I'm not sure I pronounced that right. Anyway, saw the picture, loved the kit, asked him about it, just curious about it, and he said, well, it's a limited run thing. They're going to make a bunch more. By bunch, I mean like a handful more. Do you want me to reserve you one? And like a fool, I said, yeah. So here it is, and I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to want to build it at some point because I think it's cool. And I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe make it a display model somewhere, or buy a couple BEMO or BEMO, however you say that, BEMO. They actually make really nice looking RHB, rolling stock and locomotives and rail cars. It's just really cool stuff anyway. So that's made by MOBA Art, MOBA, MOBA Art. I guess I said that right, I'm not sure. And it looks like it's your typical wood, laser cut Craftsman kit. That will be fun to build. This looks similar to a lot of the branch line kits and American Model Builder kits and whatnot. So this will be fun. And again, I have really no reason whatsoever. I have no business buying this, but I saw it, I liked it, and maybe I'll throw some pictures up of the actual station and the pictures of the actual kit on the website. Whoever built it did a really nice job. I think it looks really, really cool. So you get a little set of instructions, and I'll read through these. Enjoy these sitting on the front porch if the weather's nice. Having a nice beer, reading the instructions, see how I'm going to build it. And it's got the typical stuff. I think that's the base. This is looks like the roof material. So this looks like a lot of fun. This will be a fun kit to build at some point in time. Not like I have time to do this, but I got so much other stuff that I really need to get to on the layout. But I couldn't help myself. I just, like I said, I'm an idiot sometimes. But so that's that. That's the station I'm going to build. And the other pictures I might put up, it looks a lot more faded, and it just looks so much more cool than that. That looks a little darker brown than I like to make it. But anyway, so that's the real reason that I ordered, and then also got all of the other, as we do a quick fly over here, all the other scenery stuff. That's really why it's here, because I ordered that that RHB station kit. All right, anyway, so that's enough for now. Hopefully over the weekend I'll be able to get some. I really want to get some of these installed. Maybe even that tree somewhere. Although I might save that until things are a little further along and find a real nice prominent spot in the front of the. I'll just put it somewhere now and move it. All right, anyway, so we'll see how the weather is and what we can get done, and put this another segment of this update at the tail end of all this stuff, depending what we get done over the holiday weekend. Okay, one of the items that showed up on Saturday of the weekend was some 3D stuff I ordered from Shapeways for the diner and some other goodies. So I'll just kind of show that what I did. I got them primed. These are all basically the interior stuff. These are the booths, the stools, chairs, tables, and some garbage cans. And I also did prime the window set. And I primed there's the cyclone, or the big vent for the top, and the ladder. So that's been primed up. And these are the tables and chairs primed up. I don't worry a lot about it. I know some people say you have to go to some pretty crazy extremes to prep this stuff, but I wash it in dish soap. Brush it gently with a toothbrush, which was a challenge with those little chairs, but it worked okay. And then I let that dry, and then I actually paint it with this here. This is the te-miniatur fine surface primer. I had it, so you probably could use just the standard old automotive primer, be fine, but I had this stuff and it's a little bit finer, so I used it. Here's some of the air conditioner units and a trash can for out front. A little hard to see here because everything's all gray, but that's the primer. That's another trailer that I had purchased. And then all the windows, doors, they're all primed up. So I'm going to be going again Tuesday. That stuff can all sit and get nice and dry, and then I can go ahead and paint it. Again, I'm not going to panic too much about the interior stuff, because it's going to be inside. you're going to be able to see it, but it's going to be hard looking through windows, so I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'll just paint it some color and be done with it. And another item that came in, I'll try to show these a little bit closer. These are the PTC antenna masts for over in Lake City, and these look pretty cool. So I'm going to try to see if I can make a way so you can see these, because these actually came out fairly nice. So let me see if I can come up with a method that you can actually see these. So just bear with me here for a moment. Okay, this may not be perfect, and I'm looking right through the viewfinder, so I'm not sure how well the sound's going to be, but I'm going to do the best I can here. You know, I'm not a professional, product photographer. So these are the two PTC masts, and I'll try to put up I took some pictures, hopefully that might come out. And this is the detail on the mast. It's two pieces. You have to glue the top piece on to the bottom piece, probably just because of the way he had to manufacture it. But overall, this is, I think, very well done. It's a little bit, you see that at the top there? No, I didn't necessarily expect that top, the actual antenna mast, to be there. Let me see if I can make this a little bit visible. And it's a little bit, since it's so fragile, it is a little bit bendy. So I may take that off and put a piece of wire there, and then try to do the actual dipole antenna. And it actually does, the mast does have that little cap on the top, on the actual mast. It's a little bit thicker here, but, you gotta take some compromises here. I'm just glad that this gentleman was agreeable enough to actually draw this up and make it for me. It is tapered. He does include everything basically below the bottom base there where the bolts are is to help you mount it. Drill a hole, you can mount it on the layout. And let me slowly do this. I don't want to make people motion sick. This is kind of a different view. And it actually is very well done. Let me pause for a moment so I can point with something. All right, let me try this again. This is not the... Okay. So this part here, this is actually the way it looks. This is where it hinges. And this part is separate from this part. So I super glued it together. And it would hinge here in real life, and this top part would come over. And this whole part hinges. Now, on the prototype, it does include, and I might add them, a couple little, mine is, pardon my Godzilla hand there. Here at the base, where it comes in as little tabs, and so this piece bolts onto the main bottom mast, and you can see the bolt detail. Don't know how well it's going to focus. If it's going to stay in focus, and these little, oops, this is kind of hard to do. These are actually there. All those leads, he's got that nicely modeled. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's pretty damn good. For an HO scale 3D print, I think it's pretty good. Now, these are made out of frosted ultra detail, and you need to be careful because you can see what happened here. This was my fault, not his. He told me these would be very, very brittle. When I cut this out of the sprue, I just used some nippers, and it cracked this a little bit here. So be very, very careful if you happen to buy these, cutting this piece out. Then on the next one, I went to a little saw blade and cut it out. Now I might fill that in, a little bit of putty, and then when it's painted up, I don't really think it's going to be an issue that you're going to really notice it, especially when it's placed on the layout at normal viewing distance. But overall, it looks really good. I mean, it definitely captures the feel of the prototype. It is, kind of unique. I've not seen this offered anywhere else. It's something that is almost a match for the prototype that I'm actually trying to model in Lake City. And now this top antenna mast is a little bit better. And I might not focus all that well. But the cap is there, and then I might cut that off and put a piece of wire there for the upper antennas. And I bought two because I figured I might make a mistake and break something, which you can see I did chip one of them. So that's that. So I will try to, I did take some pictures, so I'll try to post some side-by-side comparisons to the prototype. Overall, very well done. Really well done. So if you would like to, I'm going to give you the information for the gentleman down in the description. Robert Sprague is the guy that did this for me. He's the same guy that did the windows for the diner. He's got a lot of good stuff. So if you really want to support him, buy some stuff from him. And these masks might be something that are, other people might have other ideas how to improve and whatnot. I did notice the bottom is hollow, so I tried putting in like a piece of 037 music wire, but it doesn't really need it down here. It's more up here where it gets a little bit, bendy, just because it's getting thinner. And like I mentioned, it's got that nice taper that the prototype has, so it looks pretty darn good. But I thought maybe, if it was hollow all the way up, get a piece of wire in there to give it some rigidity and to keep it straight. Now, again, for this up here, and then this is the one that's a little bit, you can see how it's not quite there. That's a good one. It kind of shows the, let me zoom in on that one there through my, so you can see, and that's going to be tough. That's going to be hard unless I cut that off and put a piece of, like I said, wire. It's going to be difficult. Okay, so enough on these, but I wanted to show these in detail because I really think they're pretty cool, and I really appreciate what Bob did for me. So I'll post some side-by-side pictures and maybe get one over the layout and see what it looks like. Alrighty, here it is on the layout. Got it installed. It's a little hard to see because, like I say, it's just a primer gray and it kind of blends in with everything else going on. But that is it. I drilled a 5/32 hole. It was a a nice snug fit. There's the offending drill bit. So there we go. So that's obviously not done yet. I still have quite a bit of work to do. Now I need to build a little sheds and determine how I'm going to get that satellite dish. It's on the one little shed that's with it. But overall, I like it. That's kind of funny. It's a unique prototype, or a model of something that really does exist in relative close proximity to the station. Not quite to the signal bridge, but hey, it's a model railroad. We have to do what we can do to make things work. But I like it. So that's our PTC antenna mast installed on the layout. Alrighty, let's see if we can get anything else done here. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm probably not going to get a lot more done. But I did finish, well, not finish, but did a little bit more on this area here. You can see I kind of put some tufts around the base of the light pole. And I added a bicycle leaning against that metal railing that I put in there. So I'm going to call that, for now. I don't want to make people sick by moving too fast. I'm trying to do this slowly. A little jumpy. Alright, so that's, for now, that's good. I did put in some of those MBR bushes. Stuck one there just to kind of see how things look. I added that tree. Now, I'm not saying it's going to stay there. I just kind of put it there for now because it's got a nice little planting post on the bottom. It's very easy to stick into the foam, and I can always move it back out. Put some more of those bushes in there just to kind of get a feel for it. I did pull out this kit that I have that I may use with some modifications for here. Now it's going to have to be a little older and a little more dilapidated and beat up and everything, but I might consider that. It's a nice kit by Laser Modeling 3. Really nice laser kit, Craftsman kit. Paid a bunch of money for it, so I figured I might as well. Eastbound train, okay. And I also just kind of mocked up. That is what I'm planning to have here. Might be a little bit more to the left, but obviously since I don't have anything out there, I may Gonna go ahead and set that there for now. That's the Monster Model Works kit that I want to actually kit bash into 2, and then probably do more back here to actually modify things. Maybe, you know, bring it up, bring it back, like it was added on to and modified over time. You know, it'll be a pretty good size industry by the time I get it done. You know, bring it back here with some more modern looking stuff, and then maybe something over the tracks to load gondolas with something, I don't know. But so that's the concept, what I'm thinking about for there, and then for the far end of the siding. Or maybe I just have that old building sit there kind of abandoned with no rail service. That's possible. Probably a lot more likely too. I finally did a little bit of more. I did a little bit of more. Yeah, pardon my English. In here, just adding some more. I added some of those, again, some of the newer bushes there. Put a nice big clump in here because I thought it looked pretty good, kind of growing up in there. And I added a little bit more. There's some horsetail foliage, some of the smaller Pollock bushes were added. I threw on some of the Pollock grass up and through there. So just a little bit, just to kind of have a little bit of fun. Because again, I couldn't do a whole lot. So that is pretty much it for now. So now I will get this posted. And I'm heading back to site tomorrow. So again, it might be might be a little while until I post something else. But as you can see, we're trying to keep things moving slowly. And like I said, now that I have the windows and everything, and the doors from Shapeways for the dyno, I can kind of work on some more plans for that, because I really would like to get I guess my overall goal through the summer, and again, I don't do a whole lot through the summer, but I'd like to get this area done. You know, get the front back on, get the fascia in, maybe start getting some of the curtains, you know, hanging down below to make it look a little bit nicer. And we'll see. That way, at least I get the peninsula to the point where it's, you know, say 80% done. And there's always more work to do, but you know, if I can do some of the trees there on the background between here in Lake City and down in Wallace Junction, to get some of these trees in to do the view block, and then, like I had said, work on the trees up top there to get that done. That would be a good summer, I think. And I can always work on trees sitting outside in the sun. So that's it. So thanks for watching. More to come as we get back from the job. But again, it could be a little while, but do appreciate everyone hanging in there while we're out of town, and we're trying to keep things moving somewhat here. So again, thanks for watching. Do appreciate it, and everyone have a great summer.